Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So we have previously covered the Bead Montar, the Ik Onkar, with the singularity and existence emanating from it in the Onkar symbol. So today we're going to go on to the very next chunk of the Mool Mantra, the root mantra, Sat Naam. Now, before we get into that, I want to cover the basics of what is meant by the root mantra. Like the seed mantra, the seed from which everything grows, the singularity, the seed from which understanding grows, if you're going to study the 6 scriptures. The root mantra means the thing from which we draw our nutrients and what anchors us to our place in the universe or in the earth, like roots to a plant. Except for, in this case, the root mantra anchors us to our destiny within the oneness, within Vaheguru. So, now we got that out of the way. We'll move on to the next chunk of the Mool Mantar, Sat Naam. The word Sat comes from an old Sanskrit word meaning reality, existence, truth, something as like an empirical truth. Naam simply means a name, or can have connotate things like an insignia or a stamp. So when you say Ik Onkar Sat Naam, you got the singularity, the expansion Ong, the interaction Kar, Ik Onkar, Sat, reality, has the name, the stamp. Now, this means that all things in existence bear the Naam, the stamp of the oneness. There is no my faith is truer, therefore I have God within and you do not. All things in existence, without the stamp, it cannot exist. There is no state of non-existence. So, bear that in mind and let it instill within you a sense of empathy for all things, whether animate or inanimate, whether alive or seemingly not. All things bear the stamp. All things have the energetic signature of the creation and the creator. Sat Nam. I know there are some people who use that as a mantra all by itself, just like people use Ik Onkar. And let's dig into what that would teach us. Sat Nam, the truth of existence. Or when you spell Sat, it's got a Sihari. And from my very basic understanding of the grammar in Gurbani, which, is no expert level understanding. I don't even know. I can't even speak Punjabi confidently. So my understanding is 110% intellectual and academic. It has no, I come from no tradition or anything like that. But Sat with the Sihari before the T sound means it is something that is because of or within or by the next concept, which is usually a noun. So truth within the Naam, the name, or the stamp, or the insignia. Now, when you say Sat Naam, within the insignia of divinity exists truth. Ik Onkar Sat Naam. Without Sat Naam, things could potentially break away from the one. Ik Onkar. Okay, so the universe expands. Sat Nam is what brings it back in. Sat Nam lets us know that the energy is consistent. It is a through line through all particles of creation. Think of it, a metaphor I had thought of is like, people who toy with the idea of the universe as a simulation. Think of Satanam as the base coding of that. Now, I think that idea needs more development before we can call it definitive truth, but just use it as a general concept. The base coding of existence is the stamp of the creator. That means down to the very tiniest Planck length sized thing that could be is the base coding of the creator as it exists through creation. So take that and really ask yourself, if I am an emanation of the creator and I bear the creator's stamp of and that gives me existence, what then can I do with my life to exemplify that? Now, we got to temper that with the idea that Ikonkar leaves no room for dualism. Dualism is a pervasive idea. It goes back to the oldest of known religions, Zoroaster, and his idea of darkness and light in constant conflict. And it makes sense because we do see conflict around us. We see bits of creation interacting with itself, and we see pain and we see pleasure, and we, as humans, have developed the ability to recognize patterns and make categories as a survival instinct. It's how our species has made it. But at some point, we can look past our current situation into the greater whole. Analyze for yourself what Satanam means to you. For me, whenever I say it, whenever I read it, whenever I hear someone else say it, in any context, I internalize it to mean that within me is the name of God. Because I sprang from the Ik, from the One. All things did. Good, bad, are only opinions, as Shakespeare said, right? Now, that does not mean that we are not compelled to act to make existence better and more fruitful for the aspects of the universe. If we see someone getting hurt and you don't stand up, then you're not honoring that person is a reflection of the One, and you are a reflection of the One, and thus you two reflect each other. Right? Letting harm come to someone else, you might as well let harm come to yourself. That is the next step in the Mool Montar. Ik Onkar Sat Naam. I hope this has been illuminating, and I am very grateful that my long form sick videos are the most successful things on this channel, and I will continue to do these as time permits. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.